Hello. Hi, everybody. Hi to all. How are you doing? Happy Sunday. It's Sunday already. Wow. We are bracing ourselves for a big, I don't know if it's a squall, a blizzard, a nor'easter, but we're going to get a lot of snow today. So I can hear Duncan outside getting ready, getting the snowblower out and all that. So hi, everybody. Good to see you all. And we're live. Yes, we are live. I'm actually kind of excited about this topic today. I've been kind of pondering it and listening to a lot of um, just different videos and things about information in general and how we take it in and how to discern and kind of sift through the information that we get. This is an information age, right? We're constantly bombarded with so many statements and so many images and so many articles and videos and audio and everything. So I wanted to break it down a little bit because a lot of words are really thrown around these days. And when you really boil it down, it's not rocket surgery, guys. It's not that complicated, but we as humans tend to make things complicated. Not sure why. We tend to do that. I think that some people like to feel smart, so they use big words, but I don't like to use big words unless I know what they mean. So let's break this down. So I'm going to show you some things, but there is a link to an article that I found on LinkedIn. It's really funny that I find a lot of my materials that I talk about on LinkedIn. So I have that article linked below, and I want to make sure I give credit to the author of the article. Hi, everybody. Oh, wow. I got a lot of people in here already. Hey, well, everybody must be off work or whatever. So it's good to see you all. Okay. So we hear a lot about misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation, right? And so I decided to take, first of all, the definitions, but I wanted to break it down. And this reminds me of my Bible study days, my Bible student days, where I would take the Greek and Hebrew lexicon and I would look at the root words and I would break down the words and then kind of get an idea of possibly what the original translation meant. So let's take the prefix bis, all right? And it kind of sounds like what it is, like you miss the mark, right? So this is the definition that I found was the prefix means wrong or incorrect, which is pretty easy, right? To understand. And I thought of different words that use the prefix mis, like mislabeled. Like if something is mislabeled, it doesn't have the intent of deceiving you. It's just oopsies. They made a mistake, right? If you hear a newscaster and they're getting like a date wrong or names wrong, or I mean, I do it a lot. I accidentally misspeak, right? You misspeak. It's not with evil intent. And a lot of this boils down to intent. What is your intent in giving this information, and is the information accurate, right? So misinformation and disinformation is inaccurate information. The difference is the intent. So disinformation, so dis means wrong or even opposite of, and it has a connotation of will to it, right? So this is willfully wrong information. It is, I heard someone say in one of the videos that I was listening to, that it's basically information that is seeded, like sowing seeds, seeded for a purpose, right? So it's serving someone a nefarious purpose by spreading and disseminating all of this disinformation, right? Then you have mal, which, you think of malpractice, and there's lots of words that go with that. The prefix mal means bad, harmful, or negative. So it has a harmful or negative connotation and a harmful effect to it. So you think of words like malfunction, right? It's the opposite of it. It went, kaput. Malnutrition. So it has a harmful connotation to it. Now, malinformation, unlike misinformation and disinformation, most likely has some truth to it, or could even be the truth. But the way it's used as a tool to hurt somebody or to cause negative and harmful effects, not only on the person that they're spreading the information about, but on those that hear it. And I'm going to get a little bit more into that. That's kind of the word that I want to focus on the most, because I think that it is pertinent to some of what we're dealing with in this community and space, or whatever you want to call it, internet in general, So I want to read that article because I thought it was really good. And let me, Mel Mother, yeah. Hey, everybody. Good to see you all. We got Lena, came here 30 minutes in advance. Awesome. We got our fabulous mods, Mischief Managed. Good morning, or evening, or wherever. Our friend Joel McCoy. Hello there. Hey, Kansas Esky gal. So glad you're here. Church of Satirology. Hello, everybody. Sorry if I missed anybody. A soon. Force of Delightful Nature. Awesome. Glad you're all here. My hubby, I see him. I spy with my little eye. We got Matt Elliott. Hey there. Good to see you. Glad you're here. And Janet. Is it Janet from another planet? Mark Hardman. Hello there, friend. So glad. It's a pleasure to see you as well. Hello, hello. Failed pessimist. So glad you're here. All right. Yeah, misleading information. Right. CEO Belf. I was just talking about you this morning. I gotta text you. Yeah, I thought there were pretty good explanations as well, because I like to go back to the roots of things and understand and break down the words, because I don't like to just throw around buzzwords, and I want to get into some other buzzwords soon. Probably my next few, I'll do a little series on things like words that are misused, like gaslighting. I'd like to look into the actual meaning of that, of some words that are just kind of thrown around casually. Okay. All right. Yes, I agree with you, old Frizz. I will definitely get into that as well. Totally. So let me pull this up. And again, I have the link below. So this is, I love graphics, and I'm terrible at making them. So I'm using this one, and I'll definitely give the author of this credit. It says information disorder. Let me switch over so I can see it better. Okay. So we got misinformation, unintentionally distributing false information. So we pretty much said, oopsies, I misspoke or got something wrong accidentally, right? And disinformation, and it's funny that it kind of touches the misinformation, because it's not correct or accurate information. So it kind of overlaps a tiny bit on the misinformation. Also overlaps on the malinformation, and I'll tell you why. Disinformation is knowingly developing and disseminating incorrect information intended to deceive. So it's intentionally deceiving you. And I would love for you all in the chat, and if you're watching on the replay, give me some examples that you can think of each one of these or one of these. I would be really interested in getting your input about this. Okay, and then third is malinformation. Information is based in reality, but disseminated with the intent to inflict harm. Okay, so we'll talk about that. It goes into it in the article, and it really delves into the malinformation, which is what I wanted to focus on anyways. So, okay, so this is written by Katya Shendania, I believe. It says AI in politics. So she's talking about, it does get a little, this doesn't get political, but she is talking about in general, when you think of misinformation, disinformation, malinformation, it does get a little political. It gets into the healthcare thing, all the things during the pandemonium, what happened online, talking about dis, and malinformation. So, okay, it says, discussing about, quote, fake news, we encounter three distinct types of inaccurate information: misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation. So misinformation, as we kind of went over already, misinformation entails a dissemination of incorrect or inaccurate information by sources lacking any malicious intent. Disinformation involves a deliberate attempt to persuade people to believe in inaccurate information. So it's deception, right? And then malinformation, which we'll look into a lot more closely. Malinformation comprises true information shared with the intent to harm someone's reputation, invade privacy, or create a negative impact. Sound familiar? These forms of false information are intentionally crafted and strategically disseminated to mislead and manipulate the public, impacting electoral processes and outcomes. And I'm not getting political. I think that this really does. It goes into other, other walks, other aspects of life. Sorry, I'm very distracted because I hear somebody talking on the other side of this window. Doug, I don't know if he's on the phone or what, but he's in the carport. You know what, guys? 1 second. I'm just gonna tell him that I'm live. Sorry about this. Sorry about that, guys. Housekeeping. That's what happens when you're live. Stuff happens, right? All right, let me finish this. I left it up so you guys can read it for yourself, but let's see. Disinformation often includes fabricated information mixed with facts and practices extending far beyond news. This encompasses automated accounts for fake follower networks, manipulated videos, and targeted advertising. Such efforts frequently target sensitive social and political issues, fostering division and discord within communities and resulting in increased polarization and social unrest. We're seeing that in the world, we're seeing it in our country, and I think we're seeing that right here in this space as well. Malinformation involving the spread of true but damaging information can inflict serious consequences on individuals or organizations' reputations, affecting personal and professional lives. This technique is employed by one group to target another and mislead readers. Fake news, deep fakes, and misinformation or malinformation campaigns play a significant role in shaping public opinion and influencing electoral outcomes in modern democracies. Exposure to false or misleading information can lead to psychological effects, causing stress, anxiety, or confusion, contributing to a sense of powerlessness and helplessness. So that, some of that seems a little extreme, but I think that as I was reading it, I could really think of some things in my own experience lately that parallels some of this. And it can give you a sense of despondency, like George and I were talking about earlier. And again, it goes beyond things like politics and newscasting and things like that, but it definitely relates to that as well. So I want to, hey, Powerlize to Paralyze, glad you're here. Hey, Granny G. Hello. Haven't seen you in a little while too. I know it's been like 5 days. So, Mr. Man, it's easy to control people who are afraid. Absolutely. Yeah. I love this one. James, so the first French fries were not actually made in France. They were made in Greece. Grease. That's right. We're going to put some cold hard facts out there, right? Okay. Let's pull this up. Yeah, James still learns something new every day. Absolutely. Yeah, old Fritz, loving how the narc word, narcissist. I always think of narc as like narking on something or narcotics, but narcissist, yep, is being bandied around lately by so many idiots. So easy to diagnose, needs qualifications. Vast majority have never even met him, just watched him on YouTube. Yeah, and I definitely will do a stream or two on that. There's some great videos out there. Stay Spiria sent me one the other day about the weaponization of their therapy terms and psychological terms, and it is just dead on. It really is really, really good. Right, ASIN, narcissist gaslighting, they get thrown around left and right like Oprah gave away cars. I know. Like yesterday, it was just I'm trying to remember where it was. I got this comment like, "Oh, how dare you be a member of someone's channel? They're a narcissist." And I'm like, "What is wrong with you people? Don't you have anything else to do?" And yeah, there was one on the Facebook group too, and I was just like, someone was just like, "Oh, he's a narcissist," and I was like, I put doctor in front of their name because when you do a reply, it says their name, and I just put doctor, and I was like, "Thank you for your expert opinion." It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Asen, I love these lives. So informative. I'm so proud of you that we go this way together. Thank you. Yeah, I do like to listen to you all, and whenever I've put out there what ask what you all want, I think that these kind of interactive talks about different concepts, and I like to talk about recovery, recovery from coercive control and recovery from cults and trauma and abuse. So a lot of these things are things I'm learning as I go along, and as I hear things, I'm like, oh, what does that mean? What is misinformation, disinformation, malinformation? Because people just throw them around, and they don't. I don't think a lot of people know what they actually mean and what the root words are. So that's why I like to look into it. What? Granny G, I have a perfect example of misinformation for our own beloved James Steele. Hippo milk is white or cream, but blood sweat makes it. Oh, okay. Thank you for that clarification. Oh my goodness. Comment. Disinformation. We saw lots of it during, yep. Uh, so panic. Malinformation example, the case of Emmett Till. I guess I should know what that is, but I don't. So somebody wants to tell me. Olfrest, the internet has a lot to answer for. Imagine if we still had to physically go to the library to do research. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And as much as I'm not thrilled about the whole AI age, Chat GPT definitely. Let me ask you this too. I don't know if any of you that are on Facebook have seen this, but there there's these reels on Facebook, right? And over and over and over and over, I got to where I figured out how to report them and take them off of and report them as like fakes and take them off of my feed, because there were these like fake America's Got Talent reels. And it was like this weird thing where somebody would come out and they would either get old or they would turn into an animal, or an animal would turn into a person. And at first I was just like, oh wow, that's so weird and so kind of cool and interesting. And then it just got to be bombarded with them, and it was like reel after reel after reel. And like and it was the same music and the same reactions from the judges, and of course it was fake. But I got this kind of weird feeling one day that I'm thinking, are they actually trying to um desensitize us, like to accept this stuff? And I know there's deep fakes that they're total satire and innocent, like our friend Satirology. I'm not talking about that, because he puts out there, yes, this is definitely a deep fake, and this isn't real. But just being bombarded with that over and over and over and over, and not saying that it's fake. And of course, I know that it's fake, but then, I hate to use the word gaslighting, but after a while, like you start to think, is this real? Is this not? It's like, So that's why I reported it, and I just said, I don't want to see this on my feed anymore. It's driving me crazy, and I haven't seen any in a few days, so it's made me feel a lot better about going on Facebook. It was just getting me really chronic. Joe McCoy, I have noticed lately that there has been an alarming increase in the things that I know nothing about. Yeah, same here. Same here. Always learning. Oh, Fritz, Diana Edix has a great take on amateur psychiatry. Does she have a new video up? Or no? Or is this because I would love to watch it if anybody knows if she has a new video up. Because excuse me, I've actually been talking to her about that. But yeah, it's true. It's totally true. And I love her take on things. So if I missed a video last night, because I was out, so I'll have to check it out. Asen, I saw one comment about, oh, that is a sign he is a narcissist and had to leave. A laughing emoji is ridiculous, really. Yeah, it's wild. Hey, Carrie J, good to see you, honey. The more I know that I don't know nothing, that I know nothing, right? Well, you're one of the smartest people I know. So if you don't know, I'm in trouble. Hey, Tony, good to see you. Hey, Swedish Andrea, good to see you. Glad you're here. Yeah. Libraries rock. Fewer and fewer in the UK now. Losing funds all the time. Yep, same over here. Yeah. George Massey, the irony with satireology is that he is taking fake information and fixing it to show the truth. That's satire for it. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, it just shows the ridiculousness of what Scientology believes. And the fact that they're doing negative damage and they're putting out misinformation and malinformation and disinformation all the time. All the time. And I think the malinformation category is the total essence of what fair game is about, right? Fair game is about defaming somebody, taking maybe something that has some truth to it and twisting it and putting it out there to try to destroy someone. And that's the thing, like the word destroy to me, it's just such an extreme word. It's like saying you hate someone. Like I have to really, 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 maybe I can't really think of anybody right now that I absolutely hate, like with a passion, despise. But well, maybe I can think of a couple, but from history especially. But yeah, like how can you assign such words to like wanting to quote destroy someone utterly? And unfortunately, I think that that's ingrained in some people that have been even brought up in Scientology because there's other options. There's either coming to the table and talking about things and trying to come to, even if you can't be friends again, trying to come to some agreement, some peace, right? Like in the Middle East right now, hopefully that'll hold. But yeah, just you can dislike each other, you can kind of go your separate ways, but you don't have to actively try to destroy that person day and night and bully other people that don't agree with you. And that's where it just gets to the extreme. I think of people that I've had falling outs with, and I'll see them in the supermarket, and if it's somebody that I really want to avoid, I just avoid them. I don't go. I don't run home and go on Facebook and start destroying the person's reputation. I just avoid them, right? Just don't talk to them anymore. I think I saw a comment, if CO Bilf, if you're still in the chat, I think I saw you comment on somebody's video maybe yesterday about how you had a falling out with someone and you just don't talk anymore. And it's simple as that, It's like, it's I think a lot more peaceful and a lot more healthy for you as well. If you don't like someone, just don't talk to them. You don't have to try to destroy them, It's just so extreme. I agree. I love seeing powerless paralyzed. Absolutely. You always seem level-headed and don't get involved in silly hysteria. Yeah, and that's what it's all about. Talking about the subject is being able to fact check things for yourself, to sit back and weigh the facts that you know and things you don't know. And it does take some work. And I guess it's not as exciting as to, pick up a pitchfork and be like, yeah, yeah. And there is something in human nature, I think, that does have that a little bit of a dopamine hit when it comes to, wanting to look at the scene of an accident, or they talk about the train wreck or the dumpster fire and all that. But when it comes down to it, that's that's not going to bring you joy. It's not going to bring you inner peace or inner happiness, and it's not going to bring you the truth most of the time too. All right, I'm just going down the list here. Hey, Poet, happy Sunday. Good to see you. Love my time at the library. I know. I didn't really read much as a kid, but I did like the library. It was fun. It's nice to be there. Very peaceful. Yes, I really recommend this video. It's excellent. I think that Miriam she's a really good interviewer. She knows just the right questions to ask and really puts the person at ease. And they were really uh, delving into some of the the underlying mentality of Scientology, and the the OGs, or the ones, the adult people that joined as adults, talking about their mentality. And Marisa shared her story, which is heartbreaking. Some of the things that she was made to do as a kid and almost used as like a guinea pig. So it's just so sad, but also very inspiring, because they're both very strong women. They're amazing. And it got a little spicy towards the end, but hey, that's their prerogative to speak their truth about what they, and call it the way they see it. So yeah, I would highly recommend that. If one of the mods can put that link in the chat, I would love that. 1 second, I'm going to do a Xenu Marlene here. And it's MFT time, everybody. Giorgio sent me the mug. I love it. Speaking of, I asked Duncan to bring me back an Alaska mug, because I like to collect mugs, because he's going to Alaska soon. Hey, Sophia, good to see you, friend. Glad you're here. Desensitization and the suspension of disbelief is a common practice in any manipulation operation, even ads. And connecting it with music is a way to have an easier time getting into your brain. And that is a very, very great example of manipulation. And also, I know from just my time in retail, is we used to have these little like seminars that we would go to, and they would talk about things like lighting, music, and tone, and placement, and advertising. Yeah, it was even when I would do displays, there was a certain way to do displays, to make it pleasant to the eye, to bring attention to a certain focal point that you wanted them to concentrate on or to focus on. It was actually really fascinating, but also pretty manipulative too. I can definitely tell you that. And there's also a manipulation of, we talk about cult of personality, right? And nothing wrong with having a charismatic personality, but at the same time, you got to be careful, because if you are sucked into, invested in someone for their personality, for how they present, how they draw you in, you think of like shock jocks and things like that, how they get people to pay attention and sit up and take notice of them, then sometimes, they can lead you astray. So you got to be really, really careful. Oh, she doesn't. Okay. Don't think Marisa has a new video up. It might have been a community post. I've seen of hers. Good back and forth with her about it. Yeah, she's awesome. Love her. Hey, Susie Alt. Good to see you. Yeah, I've heard her talk about it before. Sophia, my dad had this Jewish philosophy professor who played one of the 1930s, I'm talking about, propaganda songs. And my dad started marching while singing it subconsciously. Professor said, see, they weren't stupid. Yeah. Yeah. Right. And this is, more of a silly example. That's very, very, very serious. But once in a while, like I'll hear a phrase and I'll all of a sudden start to think of this jingle of like a commercial or whatever, or a song from way back when, 70s or 80s, you know? So yeah, it just does get kind of implanted in your brain. It's almost your subconscious will react without your conscious mind knowing what the intent and the where it's coming from, you know, the origins of it all. Yes, I love Maurice's content. Absolutely. Yes. Subscribe if you haven't. You will not be disappointed at all. That's Dianetics is her. Yeah. Hey, my Sharona. Good to see you. Thanks for continuing to show us what self-reflection, honesty, and willingness to grow looks like. It makes me want to be a better person too, because it's not about being perfect, but being better. Thank you for that. Yeah, I think that's what it's all about. I think we're all, we're all learning. Like James Still said, you learn something new every day, and it's good to be open to it. Still, I always remember the song. There are more questions than answers. The more I find out, the less I know. Johnny Nash sums up life. Yeah, yeah. Joe McCoy, I have an ex-friend. I will never trust him again, but I can be friendly, just never be friends again. Yeah. Yeah, funny. I've bumped into people or even had them in my inbox that were mostly girls from, well, now they're not girls anymore. They're in their 50s like me, from school. And some of them were just so damn mean. They were like so mean. Like some of them even bullied me. And then all of a sudden it's like I get this private message or whatever. And it's like, hey girl, you want to join Unique or whatever? Like you have a great, you'd be great at it. And I was like, do you know who you're talking to right now? Like, and I usually just ignore them. So it's like, whatever. Or if, someone says hi to me in the story, even if somebody I don't like, I'll always say hi back. I'll be civil. I'll always say hi back. But yeah, you don't have to. I'm not going to be going like painting my nails and braiding their hair and, talking about our life. Mm-mm. That's not my intent at all. Just kind of leave well enough alone, right? Oracle One. There, my son has an AI education company. Information out is only as accurate as what is put in. All information can be corrupted, sometimes subtly, that can affect opinions. Yeah. Yeah. So AI does it like it kind of gathers all the information out there and kind of sifts it and presents it. Yeah, I'm not sure how it works, but I'm sure it's improving as time goes on. It's also a little bit scary to me sometimes as well. Yes, Marisa and Marion was the best live. I told them that. I was like, "Oh my god, this is the best interview I've seen in a long time." I absolutely agree with that. Hey, Dr. MLS. Oh, I'm sorry. I tried to schedule it. I always try to schedule it at least a half hour, if not over an hour in advance, because I'm hoping that those, at least the 30-minute warning will come out. Just make sure you're subscribed and have that little bell, because I think that gives you a better chance of it. And also, I think that Sin, oh hell no, has a Discord, not a bad Discord, a good Discord, safe one. The Discord, what do you call it? Channel, Discord server, is that it? That puts out all the notifications. I think most channels in this space, I hate to say SPTV because not everybody says they're SPTV, so it's just whatever. This whole space. Okay, Zena Marlene, yes. That I definitely won't be giving up. That's for sure. He said, I was always the one who had a book in hand, even while walking. And I never went with less books than 10 to 15 from the library. Oh, wow. That's awesome. We were only allowed to take out a few at a time, I think. My dad used to be a lumberjack. The other day, I found his logbooks. That's great. I love that. Pause for Andrea. Hey there. Truth matters. Absolutely. Truth matters. Wait, why isn't it clicking? I don't know why it's not clicking. Oh, did I freeze for a second? A little bit? Hiccup? Okay. Now it's working. Awesome. Hey, Journey 2020. Good to see you. Superstorm Day. Hello there. This is a good point too. Asen comment, in malls, when you are in the food section, you get good sense of cooked food through the air ventilation. Yeah, I don't know if they have these over there, Asen, but in the malls, I used to love the smell of the pretzels. Got the name of the pretzel place, but you'd walk in the mall and that's all you would smell in the food court. But it smelled good. Then I always wanted one. But yeah, I think it's purposely placed. Dunkin' Duncan told me, I don't, this probably is true, that McDonald's purposely, I don't know if you've ever been like sat into a McDonald's. I haven't been in one in years, especially sitting in the, almost called the pew in the booths. They're so super uncomfortable. And Doug said that they're designed to be uncomfortable because they don't want you hanging out there all day. I'm like, really? And then he's like, yeah, sometimes it has like really fast music to get you to eat fast and get the hell out so that more people can come in. I was like, yeah, you know what? That makes sense. It definitely makes sense. Joe McCoy, in the 90s, I was part owner in a bar. We had a popcorn machine, gave it away. The smell made people want it. After they ate, they ordered more drinks. Yeah, that that makes a lot of sense. So it'd make them thirsty because it's like salty and stuff. Yeah, that makes sense. See you later, Lena. She's got visitors coming. Right? Yeah, anyone on the replay, if you want to chime in here, I'd love to. I'll read all the comments, even the mean ones. I read them all. Asen comment, there was a kids show here in Germany when I grew up where there was a song encouraging to ask and said something like, who don't ask will stay stupid. Wow. Yeah, that wouldn't fly here, that's for sure. Certain things it's amazing that they're allowed to say, and then others, yeah, would not fly. Yeah, Constance June. I can still recite a poem from high school decades ago. My mom said it at the time. It was like indoctrination. She was so right. Yeah, I'll spare you guys, but there are lots of jingles that I remember from the 70s and 80s, and I would just torture my kids. Carter, my youngest Carter, always jokes that he stopped eating Oreo cookies because I would always be ice cold milk and an Oreo cookie, and I would just go on and on and on and on whenever he'd eat Oreos. But I think he just quit them to be healthy. Actually, he stopped drinking soda and eating Oreos, and he lost a lot of weight. And he's, I guess, what they call buff. Yeah, he goes to the gym. Good for him. But he blames it on me. The school at the time made us memorize poems. Yeah, we used to do that too. See you later, Janet. Glad you were here while you were. Thank you. Keeping up with the Honigs is a real thing in these parts. Yeah, okay. I know. They know if I go silent with the mods, they don't. Yeah. They're like, what is going on? Oh no. Don't get me in trouble. I swear I did use the plug-in teapot. Is that what they call kettle? The kettle. I did. And George and Hef have seen it in person. I really do have one, I promise. And cause another controversy. This is June. Duncan is right. The fast food restaurants even had certain colors to make people want food and then want to leave. Yeah. Is that why it's like red and yellow are really big colors for the and like primary colors? Yeah, because you don't see like that many pastels like baby blue and all that unless it's like mixed with something else. Oh, here we go. My bologna has a first name, it's OSCAR. My bologna has a second name, it's MAYER. Oh, I love to eat it every day, and if you ask me why, I'll say, because Oscar Mayer has a way with BOLGNA. Yep. I think of the little kid is he like sitting on a bridge or something? I don't know, swinging his legs. His little sandwich. I never really liked bologna, but I like to sing the song. Asen, there's a whole science on how and where products are placed in grocery stores. For example, certain candies on child height near the checkout. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Duncan has a marketing degree from way back when. I won't date him. Well, I did date him, but let's see, was it? I can't remember what year he graduated. I was still in probably primary school, but because he's 11 years older than me. Some troll, and this was like months ago, said that Duncan was okay. This is a good example that Duncan is my stepfather. Now, what would that be? That would be disinformation, right? Because it's totally not true, and it's meant, for bad purposes, right? Evil purposes to make me look bad. So, it's not really malinformation because there's no truth to it at all. Although he is older than me, but I mean, I never knew him. Yeah, and he certainly is not like whatever. It makes me laugh. It just makes me laugh. Too funny. But anyways, he has a marketing degree, and he talks about things like things they learn about, of course, marketing, but also getting to like close a deal and getting to having somebody um you know listen to them and then ultimately buy something, was like getting them to say yes to a lot of things, like don't you want to cut your time of whatever in half? Don't you want to be more efficient? Don't you want to be happier? Don't you want to be more attractive? Yes, 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 yes. Don't you want this? Yes. Okay, here you go, sign on the dotted line. So yeah, there's certain ways to manipulate someone, which you know is bad, but not always malicious. It's like getting you to want to buy that product. Tony Hoban. Oh, I was always Tony Baloney growing up. Aw, they sing the. Aw, I'm sorry. That's mean. Um. Oh, Band-Aid song. Okay, it's slipping my mind, but I know. Somebody give me one line and I'll remember it. There's so many of them. Oh, I am stuck on Band-Aids. Band-Aids stuck on me. Is that it? I think that's it. I'm stuck on Band-Aids. Is Band-Aid stuck on me? Yeah, Band-Aid brand. Yeah. Sophia, red is also used in some news studios to get people on edge and react more emotional when listening to the news. Yeah, I think of that. There are a lot of red. Mm-hmm. Makes sense. I'm not sure what that means, George. I just looked at your private chat. Carrie J, info example. My friend told me embarrassing story about me as a kid to score points with a ball. Rude. Well, they're not a very good friend. That is rude. Uh, I changed it and made a potty drink. Lost my wiener, and then I would be every day. Oh, okay. Yeah. I remember that song. Oh, Band-Aid song. It's Christmas time. There's no need to be afraid. Yeah, I don't know that one. Oh, Band-Aid. Okay, I get it now. I get it now. Band-Aid song. Okay. I didn't really remember those. I don't know. I know it's a group, right? It's all a con, right? Raquel. Reverse psychology. Yep, there's all kinds of tricks and tactics. Mm-hmm. That is true. Oh, Dr. Amalis, I'm going to resubscribe. Usually fixes it. Oh, so you unsubscribe and resubscribe? Okay. That makes sense. Let me know if that works. I hope it does. I'm stuck on it. I'm just going through your comments. The journey. People say I'm great at customer service and happy when talking to people. I used to love engagement, but I find it draining now that I'm older. Somehow I still have a bright smile. Yes, you do. You're very kind. Yeah, I used to feel like drained when I came home from when I was doing retail because you had to be cheerful and up the whole time. Yeah, and usually I was genuinely because I do like people, and I just remember some really cute stories of some customers that I really liked, and I remember there's one older gentleman that came in a lot, and I didn't sell him these. I don't know how he slipped by with these, but comes in one day to return these shorts that are a bright lime green, like fluorescent green. And he's like, I need to return these. He's like, because apparently they're not brown. I'm like, they're not brown. And I never knew that he was colorblind. But he's like, yeah, my wife said I am not to leave the house wearing these shorts. So I thought that was really cute. But yeah, they would often make me laugh and smile. But then there were some days, especially either when the store was really dead or really, really, really busy, like during the holidays. I was talking to my daughter today and I was like to Haley, or the other day, I was like, Haley, isn't it nice that we can actually enjoy having our holidays? Because she used to work with me at JC Penney's, and it was just crazy. And in Vermont, the stores are actually open on Thanksgiving Day, which that really sucked. So we had the craziness of Black Friday early. All right, just going through the comments here. Old Fritz, I finally started watching Mad Men last night. Yeah, I never really watched that. I heard it's really good though. Sophia, I'm majoring in political science and I don't even passively listen to the news, to be honest. The more you know about subliminal messaging, the more consciously you consume news. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I've gotten to the point where I don't really listen to the major networks anymore. If I do, I literally skip around because I want to have a balanced view. And there's some channels that are on YouTube that are a lot more balanced, or they have opposite sides that are represented. And so I like that. And I kind of like, I don't like to talk about politics on my channel, but I am more of like a populist moderate. Like I like to kind of think of things as not black and white, nuanced. Just like I approach all the information about cults and my own life. It's like I don't want to be in that black and white thinking anymore. So for what it's worth, that's where I'm at. Hey, Kansas Esky Gal. Schoolhouse Rock was truly a good learning tool. I did learn the preamble to Constitution from it. Yeah. And yeah, I just think of a bill on Capitol Hill. I remember that. That was cute. Yeah, I loved Schoolhouse Rock. That's definitely a reference to the 70s, right? That's awesome. Holidays and refill. Yeah, dumpster fires. Yeah, I actually got to send out some dumpster fires, but I've been making more because I actually had some orders from Duncan's from his coworkers at his real estate brokerage at the office. I had made one for his boss and she loved it so much. And then a lot of the ladies in the office wanted to order some. So yeah, that made me think of it. I've been doing a lot of dumpster fires in reality too. I just go down. Okay, I think, well, we're almost at 50 minutes. Got the only bill. Yeah, I don't remember. I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Yeah, I don't remember the words, but I definitely remember the tune. That's definitely an earworm. That'll stay with me, I'm sure. So yeah, just to recap, I wanted to kind of look into this because again, when I hear the same words over and over, become just thrown around like buzzwords. And then I don't want to just hear things and take them in and just take them as gospel and take even people's examples of words, like narcissism, like gaslighting. I mean, opened my eyes this morning and it's like, someone said on my feed something about TikTok gaslighting us. And I'm like, TikTok's banned and they're not even like, you can't even look at it right now. So how is it gaslighting you? That's the reality. The reality is right now, TikTok's not up. Maybe, there are some conspiracy theories out there that we might be getting fooled, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. So I'm not going to just apply certain words to everything. It just drives me a little crazy. So it just seems like when words are misused, um, and overemphasized and thrown around, you hear things over and over and over. It really loses its meaning, and it gets where like your message is completely lost on me. I don't know about you all. I love in the '60s. I listened to a lot of '60s and '70s music last night. My boys were playing. So, and there was somebody that is pretty much like a talent scout, manager for, I don't want to, spill the beans too early because I want to make sure that this is legit. But yeah, the boys definitely got a visit from someone that might be able to help them, forward their career. So I'm pretty excited about that. So I hope that's real. You got to look into uh, people's credibility, credentials and information, right? Make sure it's not misinformation, disinformation. Oh, '60s and years. I thought you meant 1960s. Oh, I didn't know you were in your 60s. Okay. I get what you're saying. Yeah. The '50s for me got off to a pretty good start, but it was the start of the pandemonium, so it was a little rough in the beginning, but things are better now. Being 50 is not so bad. I'm getting better about it. Doing more exercising, trying to eat better, and that always makes me feel better. Sophia, TikTok relies on a shortened attention span and dumping information in your brain. It can't critically evaluate. Yeah, just getting bombarded with constant information. That's a good point. I'm just going to see if I missed anything. James, I'm just reading your limerick. That's funny. Oh boy. Grady G, I found the older you get, the more you know yourself and care less about what others think of you. Exactly. Yeah. As I get older, I'm like thinking about how I've learned so much about myself and about the world that by the time I don't know, however long I live, I might be qualified to start living, Because when I was younger, I had no idea what M was up, and I still kind of don't. So, oh, thank you, Asen. Yes, yeah. I'm hoping something comes of it. You never know. But I loved that we were in this really remote town last night in the snow, and the person we were talking to was like, "What the hell are these boys doing in Jackson, fucking Vermont?" And we're like, "Yeah, exactly, exactly." You're not an old fart, Joel McCoy. Really? Regina Grace. Band-Aid and bologna commercials were both written by Barry Manilow. I didn't know that. We'll have to fact check. Oh, no, I'm sure you're right. That's very cool, though. Love that. '60s and age and '60s era both applied. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, fantastic people, right? Because yeah, '60s. Yeah, Duncan grew up in the '60s, and he's in his '60s. Yep. Someday I'll be in my '70s talking about the '70s, right? Okay, everyone. So we're at an hour. I wanted to pretty much make it around an hour for these kind of informational back and forth interactive streams. Thank you, June. Causes June. I'm really enjoying these streams with all the sharing of knowledge. Yeah, I learn a lot from you all too. So I like to talk to you, and I do like to do these dives into cults. So I'm going to try to switch off on those as well as some member streams also. So yeah, more to come. And I hope you all have a great day. And I think I will play the outro. There we go. See you later. Bye. Xenu, Marlene, everybody partake. Cheers. This is good coffee. This is why, my hubby makes the coffee.